What's going on, guys? This video is going to be my Homefront Multiplayer review. Just going to talk about the multiplayer. It's been 3 or 4 days now since Homefront's launch on Tuesday, and I want to give you my full thoughts on the game. And I will admit to you guys, this is the second time doing this commentary. I had to change it up, had to add some things in, had to add some more and take out some things, you know, what I was talking about in the last video, simply because as of, I think it was 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Thursday night, Chaos Studios released a patch for this game. And I tell you what, guys, extremely impressed. If many of you don't know, Chaos Studios, more so THQ, their stock has gone down 10%, and it's been deemed probably the fastest stock drop in video games in history. And I tell you what, for them to get a patch out here within 2 to 3 days of this game's release to fix some issues, you got to commend these guys. I will say that, you know, running through my commentary the first time I was doing this review, I was going to bash the programming of this game. However, with the you know, with the new patch, it's fixed up a lot of issues, and again, you have to commend these guys for that. So, I'm going to get into the review portion now, and what I want to tell you guys is that I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat this game. These are my opinions, my experiences with this game. I'm going to tell you the truth. You know, so be it. That's who I am. I'm not changing. And, you know, wouldn't you want me to help you save money? You know, I'm not saying I'm going to give this game a bad opinion or, you know, a bad recommendation, but, you know, pick and choose some things that I say and use them to the best of your knowledge. I mean, if you're still unsure if you want to buy this game, you know, that's why I'm here to give you the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat the game. I'm giving you the truth and the actualities of this game. So know that. So let's get into it. So, let's talk about the bad. Let's get the bad out of the way first. We might as well do that, and then I'll get into the good. And what I want to tell you guys is that this video here was supposed to be a live commentary video, but it didn't pan out. And so it's basically 2 gameplays into one to help this be a longer video, and it's going to help me be able to talk a little bit longer about the game here, give my overall thoughts for a little longer period of time. So you're going to see 2 gameplays here into one. Both gameplays should be pretty fun to watch. So again, back to my player. Let's get to the bad. Let's talk about some of the bad here. First, I want to talk about the battle point system. Now, the one thing I don't like about the battle point system is that it's just too easy, it seems, to get into a helicopter. The good news is that they nerfed the scout helicopter as of the new patch. So that was one of my biggest criticizers for this game. I thought that it was too easy to get battle points and get in the scout helicopter and just rape face. But, you know, with the patch that's just been implemented, I tell you what, they fixed the power of the scout helicopter, and I think that the battle point system isn't, you know, doesn't have as many problems. So for that, I guess we'll scratch that. I was going to sort of talk about the helicopters, but with that being patched, I think that's a good aspect. However, I still think at times it is kind of easy to get into the chopper, regardless, even if they have nerfed it. So we'll see. It's going to take a little while for the game to evolve. We'll find out, you know, how quick people can take down the air support. I have been noticing here the past, at least tonight at least, that, you know, people are taking down choppers a little bit faster. Of course, you'll get that, you know, that random room where people won't shoot anything down, but it will be interesting to see how this game evolves with, you know, taking down the air support and helicopters and stuff like that. Alright, so the next thing is that, you know, the perks, I think, could be a little bit better. I like Penny Pincher. I like, you know, the faster aim down sights perk. And then there's also the, oh, what is it? There's the ghost, basically, which, you know, you're not detected by UAVs. You know, some of the perks, like the vehicle eject, I don't really feel like it needs to be in there. And especially the grizzled perk, which allows you to get, even more XP when you equip that perk. You know, I don't know. Some of the perks I feel like are useless, but then again, I guess you can argue about that in other games out there as well, that even though they do put some perks in the game, they're a little useless. So maybe I'm nitpicking a bit, but, you know, again, let's see how the game evolves. That's just sort of, I guess, my little comment I want to make. Maybe the perks could be better. We'll see. That's just sort of generalization there. The one thing I definitely am a little upset with is the few game modes. There could definitely be some more game modes in this game. I think it's kind of unacceptable to only have 2 game modes. Now, granted, yes, there are variants of Team Deathmatch and Ground Control, but, you know, I would just like to see more game modes. But at the same time, the variants of Ground Control and Team Deathmatch play well. So at the same time, you know, it's not completely horrible. But, you know, in the end, you'd like to see this game have more modes to give it more of a longevity. So that I guess that's one of the things that I can also comment on. Definitely, probably one of the things that could have been better is the leveling system in this game. It's a little too fast to start. Yes, you sort of hit a wall around level 30 and it gets slower, but the first 30 levels are... they're just too quick. I mean, shooters are turning into RPGs these days, and you really need to have a longer ranking system to increase a game's playability, to give the game more longevity, to force players to play the game and have that leveling system be rewarding the more you play the game. And don't get me wrong, you know, there are some great rewards for ranking up, but, you know, I always thought that a rank system should take longer. It should, you know, the fight to get to that top level shouldn't be easy, and you know, maybe that's more of a personal opinion. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. But I think the first at least 30 levels to the rank system could have gone a little bit slower. The first 5 levels, I can understand why they're quick. You know, you want to get people involved in the game and see what the game has to offer. But from there, you know, make it get harder. You know, I think that a leveling system should be based upon, you know, rewards that make you want to play more. And, of course, you could argue the fact that, well, if the rank system's too long, people aren't going to play it as long. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. I'm gonna highlight on the gameplay aspect of this game in a bit and where I'll take this argument, so just stick with me here. And what I will tell you guys is, if you have this game on the Xbox 360, that's your best bet. The PS3 is still having a little technical difficulties with some freezing here and there. The party system, excuse me, was struggling to not even work for the first 3 days. Luckily, they patched it and the party system is now working. But regardless, if you're looking for the best online experience with this game, get the Xbox 360 version. It runs better, doesn't freeze as much, and the party system and the mics definitely will work better. You'll see on the PS3 system the mics are choppy and buggy at times. Obviously, the Xbox, you know, the Xbox 360 version has party chat, so you can avoid some of that buggy mic stuff. So that's one thing I will say. So again, if you're buying this game, get it for the 360. That's your best bet. And the last thing I want to comment on is the graphics in this game. Graphics don't make a game, but it certainly doesn't help a game when you have graphics as bad as this game. This game does not look good. It's not horrible. It's not great. It's below average, and the game certainly looks old. This game looks like it was published in like 2006 with like Fear when it released initially on consoles. But yeah, definitely the graphics could be improved, and the game looks dated. But you know, graphics aren't everything, so don't prevent the graphic engine from making you buy this game. Graphics do not mean everything. So let's get into the good aspects of this game now. First off, they got the UAVs. They got the UAVs right in this game. There's no gun attached to it. You fly it up in the air. It's very easy to use. You mark people out on the map. It's very well done, and that's the way UAV should be. That's one thing I will definitely say. Another thing, there's a ton of scopes in this game. At the same time, it's a bummer you can only put one attachment on your gun, but with there being a ton of scopes in the game, different red dots, different, I think it's called MK hollow point type scopes, it really helps you get a more comfortable feel with your gun. Not many guns in the game, but you can definitely experiment, with different scopes, a silencer, and some other stuff that when you rank up you can get. So scopes definitely help you experiment with some guns, even though there probably could be more guns in the game. The biggest thing for me, is, for any shooter, is how the guns fire. And the guns fire really well in this game. I will say that. It's addicting to fire an M4. It's really addicting to shoot the M16. Even the Diablo SMG shoots really well. And then when you hook up a sniper in this game, I think they patched the sniper just recently. Could be wrong on that. Maybe they're looking more into that. Maybe I'm looking ahead there. Been reading a lot of news on this game, but yeah, all the guns fire really well in this game, and each has a unique handling characteristic. And for that, you know, if you're looking for a good shooting game, this game definitely shoots well. I will say that. So it has good shooting mechanics, and that's, to me, one of the biggest things, you know, when you sit down and play a multiplayer game. Ground control's a lot of fun, guys. If you haven't played ground control, you need to get in there and play with some of your friends, party up. The maps are designed really well for it. I have been hearing some complaints on the PS3 about maybe ground control being a little laggy. They're still working on their servers. They're not, you know, fully running at their best capacity. So maybe be aware of that when you go into ground control. But overall, ground control is a lot of fun. You guys will enjoy it. It's sort of a domination conquest hybrid, and it plays really well. It's really enjoyable. I can't say more than enough about that. Snipers can get annoying, but snipers get annoying in every game. So again, don't let that ruin your experience. Also, vehicles handle well, and all the vehicles have different upgrades. Helicopters are easy to fly, tanks are easy to navigate, the drones are fun to use. Each have upgrades for them, and the upgrades are worth it. That is one thing I will say about the upgrades for all the vehicles. They are worth it, and they are going to benefit you to rank up and use different types of vehicles and you know, helicopters and stuff like that. You can also make the argument maybe maybe the vehicles are a little too easy to use, but I don't think this game was going for. I don't think the game was going for anything that was too difficult out of the bat, or you know, from the bat, from release. So you know, you can make the argument either way. You could say, well, you know, maybe the vehicles, especially flying a helicopter, could take a little more, I guess, skill to fly. But at the same time, it's kind of nice that they're easy to use and that they didn't take a battlefield type approach with the helicopter. And I already sort of touched on this. There's good map design, and you know, that really helps with the battle point system. Battle point system works well with each map. For instance, getting your RPGs out, spending money on that, spending money on the drones, and you can really take advantage of the different you know, tactical. I guess what's the word for it? The tactical, I guess. Loadouts, I think they call them, on each of the class, where you can equip different missile launchers, different RPGs, different bombs, like a cluster bomb, a mortar strike, and the UAV stuff, the drones. So the battle point system definitely does a good job of escalating the battle. That is one of the things that this game was trying to go for. You know, lead designers, Chaos Studios, they were saying, we want our battle point system to you know, elevate the game as it goes on. So in a game of ground control, obviously, yeah, most people are going to be starting on the ground, you know, with their infantry classes. But as the game goes along, it gets more intense. And I can honestly say, for that, the battle point system works really well. So as you can tell, my thoughts here are a lot more positive than what they would have been if I did this commentary a mere couple hours ago. I was really upset with the party system not working, but again, you got to commend these guys for fixing the major issues here within the first couple days of launch, even when, you know, these guys are on a lower budget than most multiplayer games out there, so you have to give these guys credit for that. With that being said, though, I don't see this game lasting that long. That is the one thing I will say about this game. I think that, you know, with a couple other games coming out, Crysis 2, SOCOM 4, you have the Gears of War 3 beta coming out, you know, this game is going to be tested, and we're going to see the community, excuse me, that develops from this game. And you know, I like the gameplay. I think it's solid. I think it's going to be at least a game for me that I'll take a break with. So I'll play, you know, I'll play SOCOM 4, I'll play Crysis 2, or the Gears 3 beta, and then to take a break from one of those, I'll hop on this. So that's at least for me. But if you certainly fall in love with this game and you like the gameplay, you could play this all summer. It definitely has the potential, and there's no doubt that Chaos Studios is going to fix a lot of the bugs and problems in the game. So I would say I'd give the multiplayer portion a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. You know, it's going to improve as the months go on, and you know, we'll see how the gameplay evolves. But overall, I like the gameplay. I like the mechanics. It's just a matter of seeing how Chaos Studios executes the potential of the game. So I'd like to see your thoughts on the game, what you think of it. Maybe we can discuss some of the bugs that you're dealing with, some of the glitches. You know, you guys can go over to the Homefront forums and post over there as well. But you know, go ahead, post in the comment section below what you think of this game. If you don't necessarily agree with me, that's fine. Like I said, I wanted to give you my opinions, the truth behind the game. Didn't want to sugarcoat this game. This game's not excellent. It's not horrible, but it's above average. It's slightly above average, and it's, like I said, it's got potential. So that about wraps this up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll be covering Crysis 2 next week with the live commentary session, much like I did on my channel with Homefront when it released, so you guys have that to look forward to. And if you want to see more Homefront gameplay, let me know. But for now, I'm out. You guys have a good one. Take care.
Hey guys, we now have our own website. Actually, we've always had our own website, but why not follow us on there? There you'll find all our videos conveniently sorted into playlists by game, as well as videos from many other directors that are part of our NGT network.